I'd like to briefly introduce you to Optisample Beta within Savi tools. In this video tutorial, I will guide you through the functions and analysis capabilities offered in the module. Here, select Optisample Beta, and this will direct you to the module home screen. In this module, we can explore the sampling strategies on a farm in order to substantiate freedom of infection while considering the cost of testing. There are several input variables you can specify to simulate different herd characteristics and sampling schemes. For the herd context, let's first set a herd size of 3,000. The prevalence to detect disease is set at a default value of 0.05, equivalent to 5%. The probability of being infected at arrival is specified first as a range and then as a most likely value. When you select the range, the slider for the most likely value automatically adjusts to reflect the change. You can do the same for the risk of incursion between consecutive samplings. And for the degree of representativeness and contiguity among sampled groups. For the sampling variables, we can first specify the test sensitivity, which will select 0.9 to 0.98, with a most likely value of 0.97. We can then specify the price of each test, which we'll select as $5. And then lastly, the number of samples taken at each test can be the same for all tests, or for example, we can take 50 samples at the first time point and 30 samples for the remaining 11 time points. We can now explore the outcomes. Optisample Beta simulates two situations for the farm. Scenario 1, in red, represents a situation where the group sampled is representative of the herd and is always the same group. Scenario 2 represents a situation where the sampled groups can vary over time. A line chart demonstrates how the probability of freedom of infection changes over a 12-month sampling interval for each of the two scenarios. If you hover over the lines, you can see the exact values. And if you change any of the values in the left-hand panel, the output is instantaneously updated. A data table is also presented, which shows the results in table format and summarizes the input variables used. Using our input settings, no more than 150 animals would likely be infected, and the total cost of testing would be $1,900. The overall probability of being free of infection for each of these two scenarios is also estimated, along with their range.